Hi and welcome to this weekly reflection. This time my plan was actually to talk about Corona situation, but from an economic and environmental point of view. So it seems quite clear now that, okay, with the Corona situation, business and the economy in general will be hit quite hard. And this will require stimulus from governments all over the world. And there's already been unprecedented amount of money pledged from different governments to help their own economies in different ways. And this will be done in different ways, of course. So we have stimulus now for businesses which are affected now, but then also once things start to become better, there will also be stimulus packages aimed at getting the economy kickstart again. And I think what's very important to do now is to actually focus on not just how to get the economy back, but also how to make it greener when we get it back. And the reason for this is that, for example, if you look now, if there's been an article out which has said that, okay, now the more or less the entire Western world is in lockdown, but still climate or greenhouse gas emissions, climate CO2 emissions are still at a very high level, around 90-95% of what they usually are. And that is both logical and a little bit strange, depending on your point of view and what kind of knowledge you already have on the topic. But the climate gases that we ourselves produce as single individuals isn't very much. It's a couple of percentage points from our daily activities in that sense. But the bigger one is, of course, driving, which is a lot less now, but electricity and home heating is still the same, more or less, or even more in this case, but then you have a little bit less on the office side, so that's more or less the same. But then the bigger things from the environmental impact is things like what we eat, like meat consumptions and stuff like that. And that's not affected by the lockdown. And then we have also a lot of, for example, from the construction industry, building things and stuff like that. So there's a lot of climate emissions which are not affected by a lockdown, and they might be affected by an economic downturn in different ways, of course. But still, if we really want to lower our emissions, we really need to battle the bigger things, making the bigger changes. And there will, because now there's a need for so much stimulus on the economy to get the economies going again, having that stimulus without some kind of focus on greener technologies or greener businesses in one way or another, it would be a very big waste of opportunity, and I think something we really need to do. How to do this, that's a lot harder to say, because the problem is already that a government doing stimulus to the economy is already kind of hard, and it's a lot of guesswork, what will actually help, how do you actually help businesses in these kinds of situations. And during that time also doing a smart move and saying, okay, wait, we want to help just these kind of industries. It will definitely, whatever the government decides to do, it will not be the perfect thing. And that's impossible under these circumstances. And it might even in some cases be worse than if they hadn't have done it. But I think the aim should be that it should help, and that it should help in the transition towards a more sustainable society. And the businesses need to be a part of a sustainable society. So this is, not a solution how to do it from my perspective. It's just a reflection. We can't waste this opportunity without doing it like this. Yeah, would be interesting to hear what your thoughts and opinions are on this. Thanks for listening.